What's up everyone, welcome to a new YouTube video. As you can tell, she's a little bit more tanned and I'm so happy for that. I love to have a dark brown tan. Well, a tan is always dark brown, so okay. Yeah, if you have been following me on Instagram, you probably saw I've been to Rodos. It's the Greek islands, and it was so freaking beautiful. And yeah, this holiday just flew by. What happened? Like we are already back for almost 1 week, and yeah, time flies. Just as you can tell, this beautiful tan is starting to fade away and it really hurts my eyes and hearts, but that's life. If you live in Belgium, at least, it's always shitty weather here, so yeah, it's normal that it doesn't last for so long. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. I just wanted to mention this. Today I'm going to take you guys through a glutes isolation heavy intense workout. I hope you're ready for this one. This was requested on my Q&A or my sticker on my Instagram stories, where I asked you guys what kind of content you wanted me to make for my next YouTube video, and this was most requested, so let's just do this. But before I'm gonna take you guys to the gym, I would like to share some of my favorite tips to improve your glute training, and I promise you the next few tips I will share with you will be a game changer, especially if you have a hard time to grow your glutes or feel your glutes during your workout. It doesn't mean if you perform hip thrust that you will grow your glutes or feel the exercise like properly. It really depends on a lot of different factors. Execution is important, your weights is important, activation is important. You know, there's a lot of other stuff that is important to have a quality and good workout. So without further ado, let's dive right into this video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done this already, and also maybe meanwhile just like this video. I'm sure you're gonna like it anyway. So yeah, let's do this, guys. I've noted everything on my phone that is really important to tell you. Now, tip number one, and it's one of my most important tips I will share today, and that is glutes activation. You have probably heard of this before, but glutes activation basically means you are warming up your glutes, you are making them aware, you are preparing them for the heavy compound lifts such as squats, hip thrusts, deadlifts, whatever. You can try it, but if you have started your workout with a hip thrust or another, like a squat movement for example, without properly warming up your glutes, you're probably gonna feel it less in your glutes but more in your quads or your hamstrings. So that is basically why it's so important to start your glutes routine with a glute activation exercise. It's gonna help you boost blood flow to the muscle, and yeah, also improve the mind muscle connection during your actual lifts, which is key. I mean, if you don't have a proper mind muscle connection during your workouts, you're just wasting your time. It's really important during each and every exercise. Doesn't matter if it's for upper body, lower body. If you're doing shoulder raises, you have to feel it in your delts. You don't have to feel it in your quads. You know what I mean? So for every exercise, please be in the zone and try to really focus on the muscle you need to work on. Now, for glutes activation, there are basically a lot of different exercises you can do. What you want to do is go for lighter exercises, for example, some band work, cable work, or the abductor machine. I think those three are key and one of the best exercises to warm up your glutes properly. As I told you before, the heavy work is for after this. So you just want to go light weights or even body weight, but really increase your reps. So I personally, like 99% of the times when I train my glutes, I always start with the abductor machine. Yeah, it's like my go-to activation exercise. I feel it's, yeah, for me personally, it works really great. And what I usually do is I perform sets of 30 to 50 reps. Yeah, you heard it right, 30 to 50 reps. and I perform around 4 to 5 sets of these with little to no rest in between. And after this, I promise you, your glutes will be warmed up. And if you then after start with a hip thrust or a squat movement, you will 100% feel your glutes properly working. Now, some other exercises you can do are kickback, side kicks, banded lateral walks, etc. Those frog pumps, those are also really great exercises to warm up your glutes. But try the abductor machine, 30 to 50 reps, and let me know how your glutes feel. I'm still more convinced that this is even better. But yeah, they're all great. So this was tip number 1. Tip number 2, for your actual workout, you wanna focus on compound lifts. If you follow me on Instagram and you read my caption, you actually do read my captions. I always put so much emphasis on how important it is to focus on compound exercises. Now, compound lifts are exercises that target multiple body parts or muscle groups. Those are really the basic lifts that will make the biggest change in your body composition, and also key exercises to really build up your strength levels. So examples of these are Romanian deadlifts, stiff leg deadlifts, squats, any type of squat actually, and hip thrusts. Like, those are the four key exercises that really return a lot in my personal training program. So what you want to do for your glutes, as it's one of the biggest muscles in our body, it really can handle a lot of resistance. So this means if you are someone that only does cable kickbacks or some banded work and you're not seeing results, well, girl, it's completely normal, because your glutes need a lot of resistance. They need heavy weights. It's important to really incorporate heavy compound lifts into your glutes routine if you're really wanting to grow your glutes. So what I recommend you is to take 2 key compound lifts in your routine. This could be, for example, hip thrust and a Romanian deadlift, or any type of squat like a sumo squat, for example. Now, and what you want to do is to repeat those 2 compound lifts for your glutes specifically. Repeat them every single week and try to progressive overload during those lifts. So you're really increasing your strength levels. Also make sure your technique is on point. Always form over weights, not vice versa. Form is key. It's such a sensitive thing, because if you do something small wrong, you can feel your lower back working, or yeah, just hurt yourself. So always form over weights, but still though, it's important to also increase your weights systematically, because you always want to give your body that new stimuli, and so it keeps progressing. So this was tip number 2. Like, I'm so proud. Now we arrive at tip number 3, and that is pour glute contraction during a hip thrust. I've seen so many videos of girls performing a hip thrust with heavy weights though, but all I see is like, without even contracting the glutes properly, without having a full range of motion. There is no time under tension. Like, yeah, this kind of exercise is absolutely not effective at all if you are not aware of time under tension, glute contraction on top of the movement, and range of motion. There are basically 2 different categories for the glutes exercises. So we have the glutes exercises that work the glutes during the strengthened position. This can be, for example, a squat, a Romanian deadlift, a sumo deadlift, or a leg press when you place your feet high on the platform. Then you work more your glutes, but in the strengthened position. On the other side, you have the exercises that work the glutes in the shortened position. So this means when you contract the glutes, and this is, for example, a hip thrust. So that is why it's so important to really contract your glutes on the top of the movement, like really squeeze the glutes. And yeah, that's just what I don't see by a lot of girls. So please be aware of this and try to really focus on the time under tension. Like I always love to play with different tempos, like for example hold for 3 to 5 seconds and lower for 3 to 5 seconds, and really put a lot of pressure on the glutes. So keep this in mind for your next time when you do the hip thrust. Squeezing on top is important. Tip number 4 is using different tempos. So I just mentioned this, that I love to play with different time under tension. So this is different time under tension is also different tempo. A tempo basically means how many seconds you hold the weight on top, how many seconds you take to lower the weight, how many seconds you stop or pause at the bottom, and so that's basically how a tempo works. So what I love to do is to now and then spice up my training routine and do some crazy things, like for example on a leg press, when I do unilateral high feet leg press, I take like around 10 seconds to lower the weight and really feel my hamstrings and glutes working, and then explosive positive movements, push, and then slowly come back. You can apply this for the hip thrust as well. This is also written in one of my ebooks I have designed, which is Pancake X Booty. It's a 16-week glutes focused training program, and there I talk about the different training methods I use. Now let's explain how to read a tempo correctly, because I still feel that a lot of people don't know how to read that. I'm speaking out of experience with my clients, which I coach online. But a tempo exists of 4 numbers. So let's visualize a hip thrust, for example. Okay, so we have the starting position, which is to bring the glutes up, the barbell up, and squeeze the glutes. Okay, so this is the first in start position. Now the first movement you're gonna do is lower the weights, right? Okay, so this is number 1. So how many seconds do you take to lower the weights? This could be 10 seconds, this could be 2 seconds. This is what I mean with using different tempos, okay? So let's say you take 2 seconds to lower the weight until you can't lower anymore. Second number is how many seconds do you rest at the bottom with the barbell on your hips. This could be 3 seconds, this could be no seconds, no rest at all, or you name it. Then the third movement is when you lift the weights back up. This is also called the concentric part of the movement. So this could be in 1 second, 2 seconds, 5 seconds. I usually do this more explosive, so between 1 to 2 seconds. And then the fourth number is how many seconds do you rest at the top of the movement, aka how many seconds do you squeeze your glutes at the top. So this one is a really important one when it comes to the hip thrust. So I hope by explaining this, it's a little bit more clear to you how to read a tempo correctly. You really have to visualize it with every exercise, because like a hip thrust starts with a lowering component, so the eccentric part of the movement. But then, for example, a leg extension is with the concentric part, because you're squeezing the muscle instead of strengthening the muscle, okay? So yeah. Alright guys, and then we arrive at the final and the fifth, I hope I say it correctly, tip for today, and that is a feet positioning. Okay, feet positioning is really important because it's like the line between hitting your quads or your glutes. So it's a very important one. You have probably once performed a leg press or a Bulgarian split squat or a lunge, which was meant to train your glutes, but you felt it mainly in your quads, and this is 99% due to your feet positioning. So if you want to feel your glutes more and make the exercise glute dominant, what you want to do is in a lunge, you want to place the first foot, like you want to place, instead of like this, you want to place this leg more in front, so you have more hamstrings and glutes activation, okay? Same goes for the Bulgarian split squat. The further you place your front leg the more emphasis you will have on your glutes in your hamstrings. And then for the leg press, the higher you place your feet on the platform, the more you will train your glutes as well. So yeah, those are very small things, but they make a lot of difference. So that's it. All right, what do you think? Enough talk for today. Let's go to the gym. All right, as always, I'm starting off my workout with, first of all, taking my OxyShred. If you don't know, OxyShred is a pre-workout, and I usually take 2 scoops, especially on leg days. You know, I need extra energy. It gives a natural energy boost without having those itchy feels. I also do have a discount code SAF10, gives you 10% of the entire website. Alright guys, that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. If it was helpful, please let me know down below in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about this video, and also make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm really doing my best to get more comfortable filming my videos, and yeah, obviously grow my channel too. So if you want to support me, thank you so freaking much. I love you, and see you next time. Bye.